The Battle of Stalingrad has gone down in history as one of the most brutal and critical engagements of World War II. It was not just a battle for control of a city, it was a battle for the survival, pride, and future of entire nations. Imagine a frozen wasteland where every street, every building, and even every room became a battlefield. Soldiers fought not just against each other, but against the harsh Russian winter and the creeping shadows of hunger and despair. What made Stalingrad the turning point of the war? Why did this battle, lasting more than 5 grueling months, come to symbolize the resilience of the human spirit? Let's explore this epic story of endurance, sacrifice, and the high stakes of global conflict. Stalingrad, a vital industrial center on the banks of the Volga River, was more than just a strategic prize. For Adolf Hitler, it represented a chance to cut off Soviet resources and crush their morale. For Joseph Stalin, for whom the city was named, its defense was a matter of personal and national pride. In the summer of 1942, the German Sixth Army, led by General Friedrich Paulus, launched a massive offensive. The Germans seemed unstoppable as they advanced deeper into Soviet territory, their tanks and troops cutting a swath of destruction. But the Soviet defenders were determined. Under Marshal Georgy Zhukov, the Red Army turned the city into a fortress. Urban warfare ensued, house-to-house fighting so intense that some buildings changed hands multiple times in a single day. Civilians caught in the crossfire had no choice but to endure, many hiding in basements or fighting alongside the soldiers. Meanwhile, the infamous Russian winter descended, freezing the Volga River, but not the resolve of the Soviet people. One of the most surprising turns of events came in November 1942. The Soviets launched Operation Uranus, a massive counter-offensive that surrounded the German forces in a pincer movement. Suddenly, the hunters became the hunted. Lacking supplies and reinforcements, the German Sixth Army found itself trapped in a deadly siege. The situation became so desperate that soldiers resorted to eating horses, dogs, and even rats to survive. Hitler ordered Paulus to fight to the last man, but by February 1943, the situation was untenable. Facing starvation and relentless Soviet attacks, Paulus surrendered, marking the first time a German field marshal had been captured alive. The statistics of the Battle of Stalingrad are staggering. More than 2 million people, soldiers and civilians alike, were killed, wounded, or captured, making it one of the bloodiest battles in human history. The city itself was almost completely destroyed, with rubble becoming a defining feature of the battlefield. Among the many stories of heroism, the story of sniper Vasily Zaitsev stands out. The psychological impact of the battle was profound. For the Germans, it shattered the myth of invincibility that had surrounded their armies. For the Soviets, it was a moment of immense pride and a rallying cry that galvanized their forces for the eventual march on Berlin.